Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's reading is going to be about why you're so attractive to him. Why is he so attracted to you? Why are you so sexy to this person? Okay. Or why does he find you so sexy? Why do they find you so sexy? Okay. Let's get right into it. I'm excited. I love readings like this. I love to hype y'all up. Okay. And one thing I'm going to do is hype y'all up. If you don't want to watch for men in general, you could just ask or watch for why do people find you so attractive, right? Or if you don't like men at all, you're not sexually attracted to them, you can watch for women. Non-binary, whatever floats your boat. You're all welcome here. So I was getting a really strong energy before I started your reading that you're talented. So there could be something here about you being very talented, whether you're good at singing, you're dancing, acting, whatever that may be. You're just always good at what you do. You're good at handling them, dealing with this person, that kind of thing. Maybe they have I'm getting specifically someone who knows how to deal with or talk down a child that may have autism. So instead of you being mean and you being someone who could be dismissive, you're very gifted and talented at dealing with a specific kind of group of people or like some things. That's what I'm getting. That's the example that I was getting to use, like someone who, some most autistic children or children on the spectrum, it's hard for them to like deal with the world around them. And it takes a special kind of person, a patient parent, teacher, friend to deal with that kind of person. So it's definitely giving you're someone who could be very patient. You're someone who's very kind and caring, and you take the time to get to know everyone's specific situation. So you ask good questions or you like to get deep, okay? But there's something here about you being very talented, guys. Group one, I just kept getting that. I was like tapping into the energy. I was thinking of things that I could say. That's not mostly just physical because ain't nobody really care about all that. That we're going to get into that because I have the dice here. We'll get into that. And of course, whatever comes through in the cards. But I feel like who you are as a person and what they find attractive about that is so much better than what they think about your looks because that's fleeting. That will leave and go, the older you get. So, but yeah, I like to ask a question before I get into the reading. I just kept getting like you're talented, okay? Here we have the Ace of Coins. I don't think I've ever gotten the Ace of Coins in this deck. I haven't had it for that long, but yeah, something new. Who? Iolus? I'm pronouncing it Iolus because I think there's a shield in the Greek mythology, the Aegis or the Aegis, whatever it's called. So I'm thinking Aeolus, something like that, okay? And I'm also hearing aioli. It's like a herb or like flavor you put in sauces. Aioli sauce, chipotle, aioli, something like that. So maybe like you mix well with everything. And that's what I was kind of getting, where you mix well with others in general. You get along with everyone kind of thing. You can make a conversation out of nothing. You make people feel comfortable, seen, heard, loved, that kind of thing. And that's the Ace of Coins. Like, yeah, there's something that you have that other people don't. It's like a special ingredient you were given that other people weren't given in life. And that's why you're so sexy, Because most people can't sing. I mean, people can hold a tune, but like you could sing, right? People can move their body, but you can dance. Like you can tell a story with your voice and the song you sing, right? If it's a sad song, people can feel it in the energy and how you sing it and they're crying, right? If it's a happy song, people can feel the vibe that's coming off of you. So I think there's something here about you being able to control people's emotions is what's coming through here. It's kind of like giving me an empath in a kind of way where you can feel their emotions and kind of like manipulate it, And I think that's called like a Hyoka empath, where you change the vibe in the room based on how you're feeling and how you want the mood to be, so powerful. Then we have the Five of Wands, Zelus, or Zelus, however. But now when I'm saying that, I'm hearing a zealot, someone who's like, I think a tyrant in a way is what a zealot means, someone who goes to extremes to get what they want. Let's see what else is coming through, please, Spirit. Why do they find my group ones so sexy? Why are they so attracted to them? Like, why are you so sexy? Yeah. What is this? We have the Knight of Cups, Morpheus. Interesting. Morpheus, I think, is like the god of dreams, a dream world. He's very attractive. I mean, in the show, The Sandman on Netflix, he's very attractive, but he's significantly more attractive in this card here. You know, he's giving me a specific actor. I forget his name, but if you guys have ever seen like what show is he on? He was in The Magicians. But if The Order, if you've ever seen this show, The Order, the goofy, curly haired, really big brown eyes, like goofy character is who this guy's reminding me of. And he's very attractive. Like one of the most attractive people I've ever seen. So that could definitely be something. The Knight of Cups is definitely like a lover of life. They're idealistic. It's kind of like you romanticize whatever happens in your life and whatever happens to you. And that's why they find you very sexy. You always look on the bright side. You're very optimistic is the kind of energy that comes through. So maybe you're kind of someone who inspires people to do better or be happy or not stay stuck. You know, I'm hearing not let your situation define you, your past define you, could be something coming through as well. And here we have the Six of Cups. You're getting all the sweet, gentle, like soothing cards, warm cards, I want to say. We have Mnemosyne. I have no idea what she's the goddess of. I might just have to look. I kept the book out for a reason. I knew it. Okay, but first, before we do that, I'm going to clarifier for the Ace of Coins. Ooh. We have the World. Beautiful. We also have the Ace of Wands, the Two of Coins, the Justice card, and the Six of Coins. So you're very generous. You're very giving. They're very attracted to you because you have a lot to give, a lot to offer. And not in the way of they want something and they need something from you, they're going to take it. It's just you have a lot to offer emotionally, physically, you know, in a relationship, on your own, as a friend. You know, you could be the kind of person who men are like, can we just be friends, even if it doesn't work out? And you're like, yuck, let me stop. That has become my favorite saying for the past few months. That and don't piss me off. Like, I can't. You could be someone who has like funny sayings, you know what I mean? And the people who made those things up, like the girl who started yuck, like she's quite the character and she can sing very well as well. I think she's like Ariana Sings on Instagram. She's probably that on everything else, but I see her on Instagram. So that's where I know her from. But her personality is so big. It fills a room. It fills a video. It's why people keep coming back to her. Yeah, she can sing. Yeah, she's pretty. But it's that personality. She is so goofy. I can't with her sometimes. She be having me rolling. There was also another video that she posted, I think that kind of went viral as well, where she was wearing like a wig. And everyone in the video was roasting her. They were flaming her, saying, girl, if you don't take that wig off. There was kids who was roasting her, her mother, her brother, her sisters. And it was like, I told her to take that wig off. They say, you look a mess, girl. You look a mess. And she was just taking it and like having me rolling. Her family is funny. You're funny. That's the kind of energy coming. It's always a good time around you. It's always lighthearted. It's always goofy. It's always something. It's always your character, child. Because I just can't with her. Her family's roasting her, have me cracking up, and the way she's responding to them has me cracking up. She's hilarious, and she loves incorporating them in her videos. So check out Ariana Sings on Instagram. She's the funniest thing. If you don't know how to spell Ariana, I think she spells it Aeri or Aerea, and then A. I'm like, who spells Ariana like that? Don't piss me off. Okay, thank you. Anywho, people can kind of get lost when they're with you because you distract them. You're like an escape from the world. Like I said, you have a lot to offer. But that's what was coming through with the Six of Coins, okay? Then we have Justice. You're someone who's very fair, very balanced, very diplomatic. You like to make sure everyone gets what they deserve. You're the kind of friend who, if one friend is feeling left out, you're going to make sure they feel included. There was a video actually on social media where there was a video where a guy kept including the friends that the other friends would not distance themselves from, but like disregard, you know? So if everyone is, okay, yeah, the perfect example just came, thank you. So the video starts off with four friends out to dinner. And the two friends on one side of the table got their food and they're digging and eating. And then there's one friend and another friend on the other side of the table, so two guys, and one of them has their food and the other one doesn't. And the friend who has the food is like sitting there waiting, and the guy who doesn't have his food is asking that guy, why are you not eating? And he's like, I'm waiting for you to get your food, in such a lighthearted, like innocent way. And he's like, oh, thanks, bro. And then his food comes, they can eat. Then we have another scene where the 4 guys are hanging out again, or like 5 guys, however many guys, child, it don't matter. And they're all ordering pizza. And so the 2 guys who are kind of like ordering the pizza say, oh, so all pepperoni, right? And then the same guy who waited for the friend to get his food before he ate is like, no, my friend over here, Josh, for example, doesn't eat pepperoni, so we have to get 1 cheese for him. And then the guy like behind the camera, who's the friend that can't eat meat or whatever, is like, dude, how did you remember that? Like, how did you know? Thanks. And he's like, yeah, of course. And then the next clip is like this person who's always making sure that one person who may feel left out is feeling included is the kind of energy you're coming off as. And it's like not, and then I think at the end or whatever, when the video's like wrapping up, he's like, of course, bro, like I know how that feels to be left out. Or someone in the comments said it. They're like, the person who's doing that knows what it feels like to be left out, so they make sure to not let anyone else feel that way ever, And that's the kind of energy coming through here. The 6 of Coins and the 6 of Cups coming through in your reading means you're someone who's very giving. You give a lot of yourself. You're very sweet, okay? Justice, you want to make sure everyone is treated fairly and equally. You don't judge, right? With the blindfold on, you can't see what someone looks like when you like cast, I guess, a judgment, or you say something, you're not taking into consideration their looks at all. It's just something that may be true. And if it hurts them, then that's the truth. I'm not saying it because you're Black or because you're white or because you're this, So it's like you don't make generalizations or discriminations against people. And that's also something as well. This was supposed to be quick. It's not. We have the 2 of Coins. So you're someone who's very equally yoked or equally balanced, right? You kind of give a little bit what everyone else gives you, give and take kind of vibes. And then we have the Ace of Wands coming through here. So you're someone who's very strong, someone who's very passionate, okay? But that's enough of that. Can I get a clarifier for the 5 of Wands, please, Spirit? Why is that here? Because why is the person finding them sexy? Why are they so attracted to them? Jesus. Can you relax? We have the 8 of Coins. The 8 of Coins has been real active in these readings lately. I want to know why she stay coming up. Is it good? Please. It's like, why are you looking like that? Like something is not. Okay, that's better. So get a clarifier for the Knight of Cups, please, Spirit. That was fast. Thank you. 9 of Swords, Phobos. Ooh, maybe because you soothe their worries. You're someone who likes to reassure people. And then we have the Star coming through here. And I do believe the Star kind of represents soothing someone's worries. And we have the Hierophant coming through for this. I feel proud to take all those. And then can I get a clarifier for the 6 of Cups, please, Spirit, for why their person is so attracted to them and find them sexy. We have the 9 of Cups. This card has also been very talkative. Oh gosh, not that coming through. Because it's provocative. Good day. And I said good day. Okay, we have more room here. Because I don't know why. There's always one portion that wants to be acting up. If we have the room, we shall utilize it. Because why not? I'm going to just spread these out a little bit so you can see all of them. And that will do. But I do want to read about, what's her name? The 6 of Cups. So she is the goddess of memory. 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿, however you say her name. She is one of the Titans, and she's the goddess of memory and one of the original elder muses. See? Creativity coming through. The arts, acting, singing, that kind of stuff. She gave birth to the 9 muses by Zeus and is an oracular goddess with connections to prophecy and oracles. There you go. So, risen, she is familiarity, happy, and childhood memories, healing, and family. Okay? So, you could remind someone of their past. You could remind, like when their childhood, when things were happier for them. Okay? Or their mother and how she used to treat them when they were younger. Yeah, that's the way I was getting to explain it. I'm like, is that the right way to say it? Yeah, that's coming through properly. Then we have the Ace of Coins. So we're going to start from the beginning. We have the Ace of Coins. So you're someone who's like worth investing into, or it's kind of giving you invest yourself in other people. So if your friend were struggling and they have a startup business idea, you would be the one giving them the money, or you would be the one coming and volunteering at their shop and helping them build something for themselves. So you offer your time so easily, so effortlessly. You know what I mean? And it's never something you're harping on or throwing back in their face, okay? So this person does think the world of you because we have the world coming out clarifying that. So there's something here about you always being there for people, okay, in your life. It's over so you can see them better. And the world is the mother, so that makes a lot of sense, right? Because Gaia is like not the divine mother, but she's like the world. We live on her, she takes care of us kind of energy. So it's like you could be someone who has a lot of money as well. You could be someone who's very financially well off, but the world coming through here. You could be someone who's known worldwide, right? Whether you have a small YouTube channel that reaches India and Canada and China and whatever, and all over the US, or you are a superstar that could be watching this. You know, I'm hearing Sabrina Carpenter, right? So she's definitely someone who gives off like very innocent, youthful, but also spicy and, you know, frisky kind of vibes whenever I think of her, you know, like nymphomaniac energy, a succubus kind of energy, where you look innocent, but you have like a lot of depth to you, right? And then she kind of like likes to use her sexuality to get farther in life. You know what I mean? Like she's very, you know, corsets and showing a little tush and being very flirty and cutesy kind of energy. That can be something that's very sexy about you. You could give off Sabrina Carpenter vibes, right? And she's also like very much like girl next door energy, but the spicier version, you know? And she's also a Taurus, so she loves like, I don't know. I remember a tweet that she tweeted, I guess, or an interview she did where someone asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and she's like, I want some sex. I'm like, Sabrina, please. Right? So you can definitely be someone who's so comfortable in their sexuality that you're just always like open, willing, giving, wink, wink, shove, shove in the bedroom. And that's why you're so sexy, because you like to please, okay? I love that, honestly, because yeah. Okay, then we have the Five of Wands. You are someone who is quite feisty, right? You don't take no for an answer. You don't take anything lying down. You're giving just as good as you got, which is that Two of Coins that was coming through earlier as well. So you're definitely someone who's like very competitive. You like to win, that kind of thing. You like to beat out the competition. So you don't, like I said, take things lying down, or you don't like to lose kind of thing is coming through as well. Then we have the Eight of Coins, very hardworking. You're very good at what you do. The Eight of Coins is someone who wants to become a master at their crafts. You're reading all the books, you're watching all the videos, you're going to all the seminars, you're taking all the classes, you're studying what you've learned, and then building upon it and making it better and adding your own twist to it, because you are creative at heart, okay? Then we have the Knight of Cups. Like I said, you romanticize life. You like to think of the glass half full instead of empty. You go into everything with a heart full of optimism, knowing that things will work out for you, okay? And then we have the Knight of Cups clarified by first the Hierophant. So I forgot for a second that Taurus energy was coming through, so that comparison to Sabrina Carpenter makes a lot of sense, because she's very much a Venusian being, you know, where things come quite easily to her. I feel like there was a while there, I feel like she was like being lost in the industry sauce until her song Espresso kind of popped off. But if you didn't know, she's been around for a little minute now. Of course, she was on Disney and she was on Boy Meets World and whatever, but she's had a few albums out before Espresso kind of popped off, you know? And I remember the first time I ever like heard of her for real, was of course Boy Meets World, because I'm a Disney girl, a Disney Channel girl, I should say. But like the first time she came on the scene music wise, was when Olivia Rodrigo was like talking about her being the other woman in Driver's License. Okay. And then she had come out with a song, like a rebuttal song. I forget what the song is called. It's like While He's All Over Me. She was basically saying how, skin. She's like, I can't get under your skin if you don't let me in. But in the song, she was saying something about how when he's all up on my body, all up on me, you're thinking about us. And I'm like, Sabrina, you're petty. You're supposed to be older. Let it go, sis. But I was here for the tea as well, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a whole scandal a few years ago. It feels like it was so long ago. It feels like it was. between Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, and Joshua Bassett or whatever. So Olivia was dating Joshua. She was underage. Let's point that out. And Joshua was dating her because they were working on High School Musical, another High School Musical, whatever, or High School Musical, the musical, I think it was what it was called. And they were romantically linked for a while there. And then all of a sudden he broke up with her and moved on to some other girl. Then she came out with a driver's license, and then people figured out that they were talking about Sabrina Carpenter, and then people were like sending her all these bad things, talking about, just hate mail and all that kind of stuff. And then she came out with another song saying, hey, like, I can't get under your skin if you don't let me in, that kind of thing. But there was a other song she let out, I forget what it was called. Basically she was saying don't fall in love with the guy who had an ex, because she ended up being the bad guy or whatever. I love that song. Why can't I remember it? But basically that's what happened. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like you see someone, you immediately feel inferior, because I believe Olivia saw Sabrina, because they're all in the same Disney circle. So it makes a lot of sense how she would know Sabrina or see her in passing, and maybe see Joshua look at her and say, oh my gosh, like, I think I like her or whatever, and slowly pull away from her. And then the next time y'all broke up, it may not have happened when y'all were together, but why we just broke up and you were the next girl already? Right? The ghetto. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm getting here. People could look at you and think you have it all, and you're the kind of person to look out for, and you can kind of like steal their man, succubus vibes. And that's kind of what's coming through here. Your person sees you as like very desirable, okay? Also maybe very positive, sex positive kind of energy, where if you want something, you have no problem asking for it. Some women have like repressed energy or feelings when it comes to the intimacy of being with anybody that you're attracted to, right? And they're kind of like, no, I'm supposed to be prim and proper. Sabrina's like, nah, air it all out, let it all out, okay? I'm still trying to get the song she wrote a song about. She was like, na 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 na, and you said you knew a guy. You came up with the boombox and stars in your eyes. What is it? Na 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 na. Could be so reckless. We bonded over black-eyed peas and complicated exes. Fell so deeply into it. It was all so innocent. Now I'm a home wrecker, I'm a son. I got death threats filling up semi-trucks. Tell me who I am, because I don't have a choice. All because I like the boy. Because I like the boy is the name of the song, okay? But that's what's coming through here. You're the person that the other girls are like watching out for and being like haughty against, because all the guys kind of like you, especially with this Dionysus energy coming through for you. He's also the theater god. So he's the god of like the arts and stuff like that, and food and indulgence kind of energy. So you're someone who kind of represents or embodies the energy that men really love. And I think this person could like that they have you, or that, yeah, they have you and no one else does. You know what I mean? It's giving your person that I'm talking about right now is the Joshua Bassett, where I feel like he was with Olivia and she's very innocent. She was still really young, underage, might I add again. And she wasn't really, experiencing the ways of maybe being with a man or being in a connection, whatever. And then this guy like goes to a party with where other Disney people are. He sees Sabrina and he's like, oh my gosh, look at this seduction. Look at the succubus lady over there, this goddess. And then he breaks up Olivia, or you know what I mean? And wants an older woman who's more experienced, right? Or someone who's more his age. And then leaves Olivia to go with her kind of energy. So you could be giving someone who's experienced. You're someone who's very giving. You like to please, you know what I mean? And that's what this person finds so sexy about you, that everyone else wants you and likes you and like covets you or covets them for having you. All that could be true, okay? And we have the star coming through here, which is, like I said, the story that I was basically playing out on my mind. You are the girl that other girls are like weary of having their man around, whether you're in a relationship or not, because you're the girl that all the men would literally like lay down their relationship if they knew they had a chance to be with, is what I'm getting. That's what these three cards literally say. I'm getting excited and stumbling, okay? Okay, boom. That could also be something as well. You're talented with your tongue, okay? Not just your mouth, not just singing, not just what comes out of it, but the mouth itself, okay? That's why you're so sexy, period. Anyway, someone sees you, your temptation personified. Then we have the Nine of Swords. They're worried that because of this star-like energy, that they're going to lose the person that they like. You know what I mean? But this is about what they love about you, what they find sexy about you, child. Okay, let's get back into on theme, on topic. Then we have the Six of Cups here, which is they feel very comfortable around you. They feel a familiarity, right? And then we have that clarified by the Nine of Cups, which is what, like I said, you represent everything they could want. You know what I mean? The kind of person they've been wishing for, so they find you so sexy because you're their type. You know what I mean? To a T, literally. Okay. Ooh, I know that song is coming through. I haven't got this song in so long. I love this song. To a T by Ryan Hurd. The acoustic version is my favorite. Where he's like, something about having your white t-shirt on. I got you down to a t-shirt, white sheets, and red wine. You don't something wanna leave. You want a record with some reverb, backbeat, and red lights. You know, I know what you need tonight, so I'll take my time. How does it go? You got me down to a t-shirt, white sheets, and red wine. You know you don't want to leave. You want a record with some reverb, backbeat, and slow line. You know, I know what you need tonight, so I'll take my time. Dot every I. Baby, I got you down to a t-shirt. I got you down to a T. So whenever I think of that song, it always like, it's on my like romantic, you know, what I'm manifesting in love playlist, because he knows her so well that he knows that when she puts on her white t-shirt and she gets her wine, or he knows when she puts on her white t-shirt to get her some wine, they're going to be in the bed rolling around, and he's going to dot every T and dot every I, or dash every T, dot every I when it comes to her, because he knows her. He's got her down to a T. You know what I mean? You're their type to a T. You have them down to a T kind of energy. You know what I mean? And I do believe with the Six of Coins coming through a little bit earlier, there's something here about equal give and take, where you know what they want and they know what you want. And that's why they find you so sexy and attractive, or you match their freak. What they want in the bedroom, that you want in the bedroom. What they want out of life, you want out of life. What they want in the family, you want in the family. And I believe values is one of the strongest things that kind of bond people together. So if you have the same values, the same music taste, the same appetite in the bedroom kind of energy, then you're definitely a match. You're compatible, right? So you're very compatible in those things. But yeah, the Ace of Cups, or Ace of Coins, is like someone who's worth investing in, and this person has deemed you to be that person. Like in all the world, with the world coming through here, you're the person they want to invest in. And they find that very sexy. Okay, so anything else coming through so far? No. Anything else that I have here that I want to pull from? I'd be bringing way more cards than I need, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. What does your person find so sexy about them? Please spare. But please go listen to all the songs that came through, child, okay? You could be someone who likes Thin Mints, cookies, or you're sweet like a cookie, okay? Here we have Death coming through, okay? Death is kind of giving me like a very intense, this person can experience intense finishes with you when it comes to grown folk things, okay? They experience intense finishes. Le petit démon, okay? You could speak French. Could be something coming through. I'm hearing, please. I'm hearing paint me like one of your little French girls. That's what Rose, I think, sets a jacket like a Titanic. Ugh, I can't talk today, gosh. Can I ever talk? We have the Ace of Pentacles coming through again. That's confirmation. You have a lot to offer this person. And it's like not even a lot to offer. Yeah, I mean, when someone has a lot to offer, you want to invest in them and build upon that investment, right? You want to get your money back for the things you invest in. And I think with the Ace of Pentacles coming through here, it's like a start. I see potential that I want to keep building upon. I see potential to have the whole world here with you, with the world coming out. Death is giving me someone like a little goofy as well. In this instance, because usually it's not. You can be someone who's very intense, scorpionic. I don't know, it's like a dark, I'm hearing Lilith to you, where you don't want to be told what to do. I remember I was reading about Lilith in the book yesterday, and they were saying that she's the first wife of Adam, right? And she kind of left him, or was made to be villainized, because she wanted them to be equals. She was like, God made you the same way he made me. Nothing about you makes you more superior to me. We're equals. And Adam was like, no, sir. No, sir. I want someone who's going to listen to me and be told what to do and blah, 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 blah. And Lilith was like, it ain't me. And she left. Okay, or she was kicked out. Whatever happened to the sis, okay? And it's giving after that, we had Eve, which was made from Adam's rib. And you see how it was made from him. So she may seem like beholden to him in some kind of way. The ghetto. There's Eve girls out there in the world. And then there's Lilith girls out there in the world, where we were made at the same time and we're equals. And Adam was like, no, you won't listen to me and follow me. And she was like, no. So she was kicked out, banished, whatever happened to her. And then God was like, okay, fine, whatever. Made Eve from that man's rib. And now all of a sudden, Eve is to blame for everything. And anytime humanity falls backward in some kind of way or something goes wrong, women are the problem. We take the fall the way Eve took the fall for Adam in that damn garden. She ain't eat the apple. She didn't. And it was because, she used her feminine wiles to convince Adam to eat it. Y'all are full of mess. I tell you, when I be reading those Bible stories, I'm like, you know what? I have to head out at a certain point because y'all pissing me off, okay? But anywho, still the Bible don't even mention Lilith. They don't even mention that you had a choice to rebel against that man. Some women just think, I gotta follow behind them. No, you do not follow behind like these men, first of all, but you don't do what you're told, or you don't follow the road that you're supposed to follow. You know, it's kind of giving me something was coming through and it left. How rude. You like pave your own way is the kind of vibe that's coming through. You challenge, you stick up for yourself. Oh, that's what I was going to say. How Sabrina Carpenter, sells basically sex. And when she does it, it's a problem. She's a this, she's a that, calling her names. But when a man does it, it's fine. When these K-pop groups do it, it's fine. They're all shirtless and 6-pack and 8-packed up and glistening, and their hair is this color and that color, and they're basically just grooming those boys to appeal to the female masses. It's fine when they do it. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Kind of vibe is coming through here, where she sells it, the corsets, the shiny skin, the girl next door playful Playboy bunny vibes, and it's, oh my God, kids are watching her. You don't think kids listen to K-pop groups too? When they're shirtless and glistening. But it's fine when men do, but as soon as a woman does it, it's like, it's damned, it's condemned. Don't piss me off. You know what I mean? You're giving me that kind of energy with death coming through here, where you have that edge to you. You may be girl next door, you may be nice, you may be sweet, you take care of people, you're kind, you're caring, but you have an edge, okay? There's more than meets the eye is what I'm getting. I don't know why my readings have been so long lately. Gosh. Golly. One more card is fine. Page of Wands. Yes, you bounce to the beat of your own drum. You are not a follower. You're the girl venturing off in the forest, making your own way, leading all the other kids with you. The kids are going to come back, or you're going to come back with a new invention or a new something. And the kids are going to be like, gosh, Sarah, where did you get that from? And you're going to be like, over there. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, golly. I never thought to look over there. Well, I did. Boom. You're coming up with inventions, stuff like that, explorer mentality, where you want to figure things out by yourself. You could be someone who likes to travel as well, and they find that very sexy. But it's kind of like something here about pioneering, carving your own path is the vibe that's coming through, okay? So pull from this deck, pull from this deck. Now let's pull some cards from these decks here before we get into what they find physically appealing about you. What's the sexiest thing physically? Please, Spirit, tap into the energy of my group ones and what their man, their person, he, they, them, think of them. We have break free. Yeah, you don't allow anything to hold you back. Whether it's family, whether it's standards, whether it's them. You're not allowing anything to hold you back. You're a fighter. Okay? Love that for you guys. Trying to shuffle so you can see the cards still. Okay. Continue the messages, please, Spirit. What do men find so sexy? Why are they so attractive? You have nice hair, is what I just heard. Here we have listen. You're a good listener. I'm hearing when you want to be. I love that for y'all because period. When you want to be, you're a great listener. Here we have duality. That's what I was saying. That's what's coming through, honestly. You know how to sit down, listen, be obedient, but you also have an edge to you when the time comes, right? You're very sweet, you're very doting, you're very caring. You know how to make people feel comfortable. You know how to accommodate other people and make them happy. But then you also know how to get yours too. You can do both. You know, some people are kind of like, no, in order to get what you want in this world, you have to be selfish. And then some people are like, in order to get what you want in this world, you could be both. You know? We have temptation. Are we surprised? No. Look, the legs coming through. You have nice legs and thighs, especially the thighs. And the long hair is coming through again. So you could have like just nice hair in general or longer hair, right? And then not only do we have duality, but we have side by side, part human, part beast, okay? That's what's coming through. But temptation is like definitely a thing with you guys. Temptation. I'm also hearing persuasive. You're very persuasive. Okay, please, Spirit, can you continue clarifying the message for my group ones? Did I call you guys group 2 earlier? I don't know. Group ones. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what day it is. Oh boy, please. That's way too many. I caught that. You can have fast reflexes. Treat yourself. Love that for you. You are the kind of person who's going to eat what they want to eat. That's what I was talking about cookies earlier. You could be like a sweet tooth or a salt tooth, as I like to call them as well, because I'm not a sweet tooth, but I love my salty snacks, y'all. I love them, okay? Corn. It's like you a eater. Whoever's watching, you're a gobbler, okay? You're an eater. You're a slobber, okay? Whatever. Yeah. Treat yourself. You like to do the best things in life. Ah, yes. You just be eating things up. Like you know how you ate that. This is the saying now. That's what's coming through for you. You ate that. Or you just be eating them down, child. Anyway, we have divine feminine. Makes a lot of sense, right? Divine feminine and dark feminine as well. So Empress vibes, whatever you want, you get. I think it's also a thing coming through with you guys. And then we have dawn to dusk. Maybe you're a night owl, and that's something they find very attractive because, of course, at nighttime is when people want to get into what they want to get into. And if you can be up all night doing things all night, right? I'm hearing a song. What's the song that Nikki was talking about where, like, she needs someone who can, like, go multiple rounds? I think it's, the song. What is the song? The song she did with Drake and Lil Wayne. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but it's not coming through. Oh, it's right there, so close. Yeah, but something, if he can't bleep some tonight piece. If he can't bleep, is it how many times tonight piece? I can't remember how many times. But if he can't bleep 10 times a night piece, whatever, she said something like that, okay? That's coming through as well. But now let's get to the nitty-gritty of what they find most physically attractive about you. One is out. We have, this is Pluto. Pluto is, what planet is Pluto? Pluto is Scorpio. So the grown folk parts of you, okay? In between the legs. And that's what's really coming through here. Maybe the way you preserve it, the way you preserve is crazy. The way you groom it could definitely be a thing coming through. The way you're kind of like cheeky about it. You know, you're cheeky is the word coming through for you guys. Or maybe your cheeks are coming through. Right? Your cheeks or your lower cheeks, whatever. But you're very cheeky about like showing it off and like teasing is the vibe that's coming through here for you guys. But yeah, Pluto is Scorpio, and Scorpio is the private parts. Okay, that's a better way to say it. So this over here is Gemini, and Gemini rules the hands. I'm also hearing skin as well. Here we have Aries, and Aries rules the head, so your head. What was I saying earlier? Use the eater. Okay. Anyway, your head, your physical head. is coming through here for you guys, okay? The ram, your hard-headedness, your pig-headedness, your stubbornness, your will to succeed. You know, you're not giving up or backing down kind of energy. The way you kind of butt heads with them. Like I said, that Five of Wands energy coming through quite strong here. But anyway, yeah, the ram is the head, the Aries is the head. I'm hearing eyebrows, specifically the eyebrows, the intense eyes, your forehead could be important as well. But I like to take Aries as like your entire head, because then we move down to like the neck, and that's where Taurus begins, and the upper back, right? So that your whole face is beautiful to this person, but especially the lips, the eyes, and the forehead and the eyebrows, okay? So you could have nice eyebrows. They're attracted to the way they kind of like, it's not even just them in general, it's the way they kind of go low when you're thinking about something, when you get angry, you know? This person could be the kind of person who likes to get you upset on purpose to see your eyebrows draw down, right? So here we have 12th house, and 12th house is Pisces, so this is the feet coming through. Like, what is up with people in feet? Feet is always coming through. Who's out here seeing y'all dogs? Who's out here just looking at your toes? Like, please. Whatever, to each their own. We have 9th house, which is Sag energy and also Jupiter energy. And Jupiter is the buttocks and the thighs, okay? So that's coming through for you guys. Your thighs, your booty, your feet, your toes, okay? They can be soft, small, dainty, big, whatever. It don't matter, right? Then the Aries is the face and the head, right? The hair is attached to the head, and that was coming through. Then with Pluto, we have the private area. And then with Gemini, we have the hands coming through. So those are coming through. You can have like soft, small, dainty hands, whatever. There's something here about your hands and feet, which is funnily enough coming through, okay? So that's what I have for you guys. I hope it resonated in some kind of way for you guys. Let me know how it resonated in the comments below. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you want a reading with me, you can always book one using my email in the description box below. I also have memberships on the channel now. If you are interested in memberships, you can just join the membership. You're able to control more of what you see. Yeah, there's a lot that's going to be happening there this year. So if you're down for the ride, join. Would love to have you over there. Anything else to talk about? Not really. Hype the video if you can, if you have any hypes left. And yeah, that's it so far. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. As always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group twos. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. So today we're going to be going over, why are you so sexy to him? Why are they so attracted to you? Kind of thing. We're going to get into like personality and look, so don't fret. I do want to make this a little bit deeper than just the physical. So if you're here to just want to know what they like about you physically, then I have a reading that I did a few days ago. What do they love about your sexy naked body? That is something to go look at more. I want to get deeper, more emotional, intimate in this reading. What do they, find you sexy? Why do they find you sexy? Or what's so attractive about you? That kind of thing when it comes to this specific person that you may be watching for. Now, I guess this card or this deck wants to be used first. Please. For group 1, it was the Mythos Tarots that I started with. So, starting with this one. So there could be something different. There's out-of-the-box thinking. You don't like to follow or do what everyone else does, or you like to keep things interesting is what's going on. Not so much you don't like to follow what everyone else is doing, but you like to keep people guessing. Or you could be someone who's very like intuitive. You go based on feelings. You don't really think, you just do or feel, because the deck was there and I just picked it up and started. I'm like, okay, it's time to start now, So you could be definitely someone who, of course, is intuitive, but I'm getting the example of more so an intuitive eater. How kids are kind of like more so, there's a specific content creator and her daughter is an intuitive eater. So basically you eat whenever your body feels that it needs to eat. You're not forcing yourself to eat 3 meals a day if you don't want to eat 3 meals a day, or if you feel the call to eat 5 meals a day, you're eating 5 meals a day because you're listening to what your body wants, what your body needs, So that's definitely something that you do. You can be someone who's very like, health positive or health focused could be a thing coming through for you guys. Yeah, that stuff is important for you. So like big sixth house energy, health, body, your body's a temple, also sixth house energy. You could be someone who, I'm hearing you believe in meditation, you believe in yoga, you believe in deep breathing, you believe in chanting, you believe in sound healing, sound bowls. Like, you're giving me someone who, of course, you're spiritual. Everyone on this channel, or everyone who finds these readings are spiritual, because you're on here our tarot reading, right? But it's giving like body, spiritual, physical spirituality when it comes to your body being a temple, that kind of thing. But like I said, it's more sixth house based and ninth house based. Okay, so ninth house is education, it is higher learning, it's spiritual learning, it's going inward and like working on yourself, that kind of thing. Is giving eat, pray, love, only giving your body clean stuff. This person loves that you take time. You take time to treat your body like a temple. Sorry, I got distracted. So yeah, they love that you respect yourself, your body, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's keep going. Your mind is what I just heard as well. Boundaries is coming up as well. So let's see what actually comes through in the cards, please, Spirit. Why are they so sexy to their person, to him, her, they, them? Please, Spirit, why are they so sexy to their person? Why are they so attracted to them? Ooh, we have the Empress. And that's, what is she doing in the blasted card? Is she not eating an apple? It looks like she's eating an apple. But she's like someone who's like very grounded, someone who's very focused. I believe the fact that you take care of yourself so you have enough energy and time to take care of other people is a big thing coming through here. When you're at home, this lady here is giving me big Beyonce vibes, you know? But anyway, yeah, there's something here about, like I said, taking care of yourself. But it looks like she's sitting here eating an apple, honestly. It's a flower, I think, but she's like definitely taking care of her plant. Her body, you know? You eat healthy, that kind of stuff. You grow your own food, could be a thing. You could have a green thumb as well. But that's coming through with the Empress. There was something I was going to say that I... No? Okay. I think the cards that came out is more than enough. I just love shuffling cards. Like, I could just sit here and shuffle cards for the rest of my days. The rest of my days. So let's see what else came out. We have the High Priestess. Absolutely. Your spiritual side. The fact that we have both divine feminine energies coming through, or majority of the pure, powerful divine feminine energies in the deck. Gosh. So we have prominent Taurus, Libra energy, and we have prominent Pisces energy. This is someone who kind of situates themselves right between dark and light, right? Because we have the subconscious and the unconscious, or the subconscious and the awakening word, the conscious. The awakening world. Why can't I talk today, Lord? Whew. Okay, yes. She dwells in between that. So you're someone who embodies the light attributes and dark attributes. You're someone who fully knows how to regulate both sides of yourself. So you're not someone who leans too heavily on one or the other. You're like perfectly in the middle, if that makes sense. Like, it's like giving balance, but not in like a what is it called? Scales kind of way. It's just you have a little darkness to you. You're more private. You keep to yourself. There's things that you know that this person will never be able to understand or fathom. And then we have this light attribute where you kind of naturally attract people to you. You have this caring side to you. You have this part of like unearthing truths. Wow. Okay. You have this thing about unearthing truths that people never would have like been called to do, or how can I describe it? It's kind of like you can look at someone and kind of figure out not what's wrong with them, but what can make them better, right? Just by having one conversation with someone, you could kind of, oh my gosh, you can kind of give them a whole diagnosis about how to make your life better, what they can do, what they can eat, kind of energy. So it's giving people come to you. You're giving like a doctor, right? That's the best example I can give. People go to a doctor for a checkup, and the doctor tells them, hey, eat more of this, eat less that. And the doctor kind of tells them, hey, it's reminding me of, I was watching a show last night on Netflix. I like period pieces, right? And I was watching Poldark, okay? If you haven't watched it, it's so good. But basically, there's a Dr. Ennis on the show. He is someone who is like how can I say it? His purpose is to help people. That's what he's here for. He loves to do it, and he puts his patient sometimes before himself or his, personal life kind of thing. So he was talking to someone yesterday who, even though they had done him wrong, he was still helping them. So a little bit of backstory. Dr. Ennis is a friend of Poldark on the show. I'm forgetting his first name. Can't remember. But Poldark is the main character of the show. His first name is blanking right now. But anyway, he's a good friend of the main character, essentially. He comes to the town after they fought in a war and settles down in the town, falls in love with this rich girl. The uncle sabotages the connection, and she ends up moving away somewhere different, and he stays in the little small town, okay? Cut to a few months later, he is like taking care of the uncle who did him dirty, never accepted him, thought he was a low down, broke, dirty dog, right? And he's like telling the guy, do you drink a lot? He's like, heavily. He's like, do you eat a lot? Like, what is your appetite is like? He's like, ferocious. And I'm just like, the uncle is so ghetto. I can't. And then basically he's like, oh, what is your pee like, or something like that. And he's like, he went to another doctor, and the doctor said his pee is too sweet or whatever. I don't know, child. And then basically he tells him he has sugar sweetness, which is the back in the days name for diabetes, okay? And the guy is like asking him or telling him, I appreciate you still coming to see me and diagnosing me or working with me after what happened between, you and Caroline, which is the girl that the uncle sabotaged their connection, right? And he's like, yeah, whatever. And then he kind of leaves. So even though you are someone who, of course, has emotions and goes through things, you know how to separate like life from art, if that makes sense. You know how to separate your work from your personal life. So if someone were to do you dirty, but they're bleeding out on the table, you're going to like put aside your biases and help them. So you're just a good person, right? And the Empress does kind of second the energy, or I guess the High Priestess seconds the Empress's energy of being like the mother to all. You take care of people no matter what their background is, their race. You like to provide and take care of, and I guess bring encouragement to. Because I think of the Empress as like a queen, a benevolent queen who takes care of everyone. And in doing so, she kind of has the loyalty of everyone in her kingdom. So kings, kind of iffy, because kings are kind of like hit or miss, some of them, When you have a queen, a benevolent queen who does what she can for the people, she goes to orphanages, she gives back, she takes care of the people and kind of helps or aids the king in taking care of the kingdom. You can kind of see that she's not the brains, but the heart of the crown, which is why who you marry as a king is so important, because she becomes the heart of the kingdom, while the king is more so the brains and the knowledge of the kingdom. So there's something here about you having a big heart. I feel like I'm just saying all this abstract stuff, and you're kind of like, shut up and get to the point, heard you. But yeah, it's definitely, you're giving a Dr. Ennis, so you're someone who's like not humanitarian, but you have a really big heart, and you care for people, Yeah. But he was able to put aside his grievances, his biases, his hatred for the man to help take care of him and diagnose him with a problem based on a few things he was asking him. Oh, so what's your appetite like? What is your eating patterns? Da, 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 da. And he's like, okay, you have sugar sweetness. And the guy's like, what does that mean? What do I have to do? He's like, we have to change your whole lifestyle. You can't eat the way you used to eat anymore. And all this kind of stuff. So he's like, oh, basically, I can't eat anything good. But anyway, that's enough on that scene in the show. But it's kind of giving me that he asked him what was the problem, and he was able to diagnose him based off a few like markers. You know what I mean? Next card we have the Ten of Wands. Yeah. You've had to go through a lot. So there was something that I wrote down. It's the way you overcome obstacles, or the way you carry all the burdens in your life. Some people have a lot of issues in their life and you can tell. And there's some people who have a lot of issues and you won't be able to tell. You know what I mean? So you carry the weight well, okay? And now you're giving me that song by Sam Fisher where he's like, just because I carry it well doesn't mean it isn't heavy and I don't need some help, okay? So the song is basically about him saying, or basically anyone who can resonate with being the one who has to pick up everybody else's BS and carry it on your back, you know? But that's enough of this. We don't really want to, I mean, that's what they love about you, right? Yes. Why they're so sexy. Bruh, why are you so sexy and attracted to them, right? It's the way you take care of people. Boom. We're not going to get into it and give specific examples. I'm like, okay, that's enough of that. We have the Six of Pentacles, but it's your caring heart. I'm trying to pivot, but Spirit's like, no. You're generous, you're giving, you care for the poor the same way you care for the rich. Like, you don't discriminate. And that's very sexy to your person or to just people in general, to men, whoever you want to watch this reading for. I'm not telling you can only watch for men. You can watch for anybody. Okay? This is what makes you so sexy. Boy. Here we have the Queen of Swords. I'm hearing your competence. That's funny. Your logic, your wisdom, your know-how, okay? Your vocabulary, what you read. It's just the things you know. Your brain is very sexy. Okay, your brain is very sexy. Yeah, you can go behind it, up at the back. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, okay? So there is something here about being able to juggle everything, you know? It's kind of giving, I don't like this example because women shouldn't have to do it all, but it's giving a mother who works and can still come home and keep the house clean and take care of the kids, that kind of thing. There's like you're giving like Superwoman, okay? And I don't know why, for whatever reason, I just heard Superwoman whatever. She used to be a big like YouTuber back in the day. Don't even think she does YouTube anymore. I wouldn't even know. I didn't really watch her that much when she was on YouTube or big on YouTube. But I'm getting her, you know, you could be like, I don't even know what her content was. Like, was it at like asking her parents stuff and just like, I don't know. But she was a cool chick. I know that much. Like, from what I did see of her, she was very cool, very funny, you know, very relatable kind of energy. You could definitely be that person. You're more down to earth. Let's get some more cards. How about that? But you kind of carry things well. You balance your life well. You have a really good schedule or a work-life balance as well. You have the Three of Swords. Father God, why are you coming out to clarify this? This is very interesting. So we have the Three of Swords coming out to clarify Ten of Wands. Yeah, the way you carry heartbreak, the way you carry disappointments in life, the way you carry like things not always going your way. You know, you have like a very graceful Lady Diana kind of energy. Because even when she was like dealing with all this stuff in the... How can I describe it? When she was a part of the royal family before she was, you know, tragically unalived by those people. Because I believe it's a conspiracy. I believe it was a setup, honestly, in my opinion. But hey, we're not talking about that here. Maybe you're someone who believes in conspiracy theories. Now you're giving me Shane Dawson. Maybe you're a YouTuber. Because why are these YouTubers just coming through? And they're old YouTubers. They're like... they're true to this, not new to this YouTubers. They're the first flow of content creators, influencers, like making money off of YouTube kind of thing. But I digress. Whew. Yeah, there's something very graceful about you. How you just, like I said, carry things quite well. Like heartbreak, strife, struggle, you carry all these things really well. But if you would have seen Lady Diana, no matter how much she went through, she was still a very nice person. She was still the people's princess. You know, she still cared about people. So it's definitely giving you've been through a lot and you didn't let that like keep you down or hold you back, okay? Okay, all these stuff gonna be coming up. We have Judgment. So you're someone who fights back. You are giving me like an activist kind of energy. You're giving me a humanitarian activist. You bring attention to things that everyone else would like prefer to ignore and act like it's not happening, is what's coming through for you guys as well. Because this character was confirmed to me yesterday to represent Angela Davis. And I mean, this is a famous like pose of hers. So I'm not surprised that this is actually her coming through. But she's definitely someone who like went to jail for activism. She was definitely big about speaking out about things. She wrote books while she was in jail. It's kind of giving Mahatma Gandhi too. So you're giving like big public figures. So there's something like very magnetic and attractive about you. But it's kind of like you change lives and on a massive scale. It's not something that's small and puny. You change lives like on a grand scale, right? And just being next to, in a relationship with, in cahoots with someone who is like so like obviously powerful can be intoxicating. So this person just likes to say, yeah, I know them. Yeah, that's my lover. Yes, that's my friend. Like, they love to say that they know you. It's the kind of thing that's coming through. So you can definitely be someone who has a following, right? And it's like equal parts, like I said, with the high priestess and the empress. You're equal parts in the spotlight, but in shadow. So no matter how much your life is put out there, or no matter how much of yourself you give to people on social media, there's still privacy there. So they love the fact that you're still a mystery to even them, even though they know you like personally, privately, intimately. Okay, there's still like a wall of who is this person? Like, who are they really? Even they haven't fully figured you out, and that's something that is like very attractive to them. Especially because it's clear by the Queen of Swords. So there's things that you see, and there's a way you cut through the BS that kind of like intrigues them. It excites them. I just heard, yuck, please. The way you cut through the BS, maybe the way you call them out, the way you're honest, you know, you're transparent, you don't hide anything. But there's also still a mystery to you. It's like, how can you do that? That's a mystery in and of itself. How can you be someone who's in the spotlight but still have your secrets, but you're always transparent? Like, how? What was the reason? Not what was the reason, but like, how, Sway? It's the kind of energy coming through here. And then we have the Empress. You're someone who's very naturally beautiful and seductive. So you're gorgeous, like I said. Naturally beautiful, right? There's nothing all done up about... Bring you behind here. There's nothing all done up about her in this card. I want to say picture so you guys could be like very model-esque. And look at how in the background we have this same hand coming through again. That's crazy. We have this same hand coming through twice. So you really are fighting for people. You're fighting for people. Wow. There is something here about bringing awareness. You carry it all on your back. Oh my. You could have been given responsibility way too young, or you took on responsibility very young. It's kind of like giving me older sister vibes, how your parent couldn't help take care of the kids, so you stepped up to help raise the children. But there is something here about kids, nurturing, you know, caring for people, giving back, having a big heart, being very generous, being very smart, being very intelligent. The way you articulate yourself, the way you speak, the way you express yourself is very like passionate. It's giving like leader, you know, speaker. I'm hearing house speaker. So some of you could be in politics as well. I do believe swords energy can kind of be politics because the swords always gives like truth, reason. Oh, sorry, logic. Stretch for a second. And then the judgment card is also talking about your discernment. So you knowing what's best for everyone around you and knowing what's best for yourself. And then the Libra justice card in the tarot deck also kind of gives me like legal, because it's like, you know, the justice, the balance, the scales, you know, so the justice system could be important for you. Maybe you fight for activism for everyone else, that kind of thing. Okay, let's see. What else is coming through? We have the Nine of Pentacles. You're very self-sufficient. You're very independent, and that's very sexy. You know how to get what you want. Even if it's not... Like, I don't want to call y'all... how do I put this? See the Tower, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for clarifying that, because I'm like, yeah, don't be like, oh, you're bullying me. No, I'm not. I promise. You can be ruthless sometimes. The Queen of Swords is quite ruthless, right? And you can do it without like you can do it without giving anything away. You have a good poker face, right? Is what I'm getting here. You dress really well. You're very fashionable is what I'm picking up for you guys for sure. You have your own unique style, which is like something that's very attractive to this person. Oh, there's like a little, how can I describe it? Like there's like, yeah, there's a darkness, intrigue, a mystery about you. You could have like really dark humor. You know what I mean? You could be a little bit shy or reserved, but then very social as well. Because I'm kind of getting that with the Empress and then the High Priestess. The High Priestess, by all means, is very private. The Empress, not so much, because she has an attractive energy that brings people to her. So the fact that both of those came out is what I was speaking about. You know how to perform for the cameras, you know? But then when it comes time to like go back to your private life, you know how to get back to your private life. You know how to be more private and keep things to yourself, you know? So you're an entertainer, right? Because this is reminding me also, just came out of nowhere, how the life path 3 is the entertainer. So you're the entertainer. You know how to be on in front of everyone and then off when you're not in front of the screen or on stage kind of energy. And the stage doesn't have to be an actual stage. It could just be the stage in, what's the saying? It could be like a metaphorical stage. Okay. Let's get this other tarot deck coming out over here. You have long legs is coming through for me. You have long toned legs. I love that the different color scheme coming through. I like your hair is coming through. It's very big. It's very long is what I'm getting as well. But your thighs are very lean. Okay, you seem very powerful. All the cards so far are giving me like a very healthy person. Okay? Not to say that if you're watching and you're not healthy, that this is not the reading for you, but it's definitely someone who takes care of themselves in some kind of way, whether it's mentally, and your body may not be, you know, all that you want it to be, but this is how they view you, not even how you view yourself, okay? Period. Thank you. I said that. Because I want to be coming on here under the guise of what you think of yourself, and then in the comments like, this doesn't resonate. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what resonates. This is why they find you attractive. This is someone outside of yourself, not what you find attractive about you. If it don't resonate for you, then that's fine, but it doesn't make it any less true sometimes, you know? But anyway, back to what I was saying. You may not consider yourself to look healthy, be healthy. You may not work out at all. But in their mind, what makes you so sexy is the way you take care of your body, the way you take care of your mind, the way you read every night before bed to keep your mind strong, the way you may play crossword puzzles, or you may play word search puzzles, or you like to do trivia to keep your mind sharp kind of energy. Like, that's what I'm getting here for you guys, and that's what's very sexy about you. And because you do those things, you know a lot. You know? Whew, okay. But then also very stylish, because this card here always gives me that, right? The 9 of Pentacles. But then we also have this Queen of Swords. Like, what is she wearing? This is the funkiest outfit I've ever seen in my life. I love it. I love it. Then she's very fashionable here, and the Judgment card and the Tower card, my good sis, is very fashionable here as well. And look at how she's wearing palm earrings. Like, she's wearing a whole hand on her ears. Like, who does that? You? You know, you have a sick look. And you could change it up. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be the same thing, because in the Tower card, I always notice how she has, of course, a palette. So you could be someone who is quite creative and you like to make things. Painting could be specific. But how she has this wand and she's like using all her hands to paint something, it gives me 7 of Cups vibes. So you don't just stick to one thing, you utilize a lot of different things, or you have like a lot of talents. A lot of talents you use to make you money kind of energy. I am getting a big content creator vibe here. You use your looks, you use your know-how, you use your brains and your brawn and your beauty to get somewhere in life. So maybe some of you are like beauty influencers, or if not, you definitely should be, with the Empress coming through for you guys. The Queen of Swords is someone who is very business-minded. So just logical, I guess. You know, numbers, analytics, stuff like that is you're really good at. Math could be a thing as well. Writing. Anything else? I'm hearing your force to be reckoned with as well. That's definitely coming through. Let's see what else is coming through in the Oracle cards. You're a good leader. Like I said, people would be willing to follow you anywhere, because it always takes me a second to realize that there are people behind this Judgment card following her and cheering her on. So you have like a lot of allies in your life. You know, people who are rooting for you. Please, Spirit, why do they find them so attractive? Look at the glasses she's wearing. Beautiful. Here we have backwards is forwards. The way people never know what to expect. You keep this person on their toes. And that could also be coming into play with the Two of Pentacles. The back and forth, you keep them on their toes. Okay, please, Spirit. We have good things come in threes, and 3 keeps coming through as a number. So 333 could definitely be important. But like I said, life path 3 could also be important. There's something about the way you pop your hip. The way you look at someone sternly, like you're upset at them. Like you're reprimanding them. Group 2, please, Spirit. We have dancing in the light, the way you move your body. I'm hearing your silhouette. Ooh, what I just heard is the way your body looks wrapped up in their sheets. So when you're waking up in the morning and you're like silhouetted in their sheets, it's like, you know. That sound is crazy to say. Like a cat that wants to pounce, y'all. Roar. Yuck. No. Anyway. The way you're not afraid to be seen. Because dancing in the light kind of gives me that vibe, right? Where it's like dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the daylight. You're not afraid for people to look at you, you know? And here we have gold at the end of the rainbow. So they find your money attractive. Or how you make it. I just heard OnlyFans. You know what? That would be something. They watching you from OnlyFans and this man or this person, whatever. Loves that for you. The way you multitask is something that's very sexy as well. Your hands are quite sexy. The things that you make with your hands in general is coming through. Like I said, you could be good with plants and animals and kids and stuff like that, you know? And the same way that women tend to melt over a guy who's good with kids and dogs, women do the same thing. Or I should say men do the same thing when it comes to women. They're like, oh my gosh, look at the way she handles that tool. Look at the way she's plowing the dirt. Let me stop. Innuendo and dark humor could be coming through for you guys. And look, this High Priestess is giving me doctor vibe. And I was mentioning that when I was on this topic of the reading. It looks like she's wearing full scrubs, right? Beautiful. The fact that you have a game plan is very sexy to this person. And then we have backwards as forwards. Your back can be very sexy to this person as well. And the legs are coming through, long legs. You guys are giving me like taller, limber kind of people. If not, then this is the majority of you watching this pile, okay? The other minority of you could be like more voluptuous or something like that. But I think this is the pile for like my slim people, you know? The ones who be putting in the work. Y'all be in the gym, y'all be walking, y'all be running, y'all be huffing, y'all be puffing, child. You have endurance as well, you know what I mean? You could definitely be someone who's in the gym or you walk a lot is what I'm hearing as well. Running can be a thing as well, being part of a running club or something. But I'm definitely giving like tall and skinny energy, whether it's a curvaceous kind of skinny or a regular up and down kind of skinny. And of course, if you're a grown woman, your body is womanly in some kind of way, right? But it's definitely giving like all, what do they call it? All arms and limbs. That's definitely coming through. For my guys, you could be people who are taller, but I think for my women, you guys are taller as well. So a tall vibe is coming through. They love the long legs that come with it, right? Because even here in this card here, it's giving high waters. And you only have high waters or get them if the pants are too short for you. So you could be someone who's very tall, or you kind of like what do they call them again? Isn't it high tops? High waters, there it is. Okay, next deck, where is it? Let's use this one. But this is backward, this forward is also kind of giving me out of the box thinking, how you do one thing And it's kind of like something they never would have thought to do. Please, Spirit, tap me into my group 2s. Why are they so sexy to the men? At the end of the reading, we're going to get into the look, so don't worry. A lot of this. We have the Sound of Silence. That's the High Priestess energy coming through again. The way you kind of like keep to yourself. And this is you once again just relaxing and taking time for yourself. Here we have Forgiveness. You could be someone who's quite forgiving. And that's tying back to the energy of you not discriminating or going against someone. You're always there for them, taking care of them. You're the Heart. And that could also be Leo. Some of you could be Leos. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like they're lucky to have you. This is also kind of giving me Empress vibes as well. I don't know why. I paused for a second because I was hearing like a wolf howling. I was saying, ow, kind of energy. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. Maybe you're like people like to cat call you when you're walking down the street, you know? You could also just have a special connection to wolves, or you have like a dog that's a wolf or something. I'm also just hearing you're outstanding, because that used to be a part of a show I used to watch with the kids when they were younger. Not that I have kids, but I used to babysit and watch kids when I was younger. And it was like a show called Special Agent Also. Maybe some of you guys like have really super sleuthing, stealthy skills. So if you have to find something, you're always able to find it. But there was a show called Special Agent Also. And whenever he would finish a task positively or fully, they would always say, outstanding also, outstanding. So that ow is kind of coming through with like you're outstanding from the show, okay? Then we have sacrifice. There could be a lot of things you have to sacrifice, and that would be the job of a queen. Am I right? To be like self-sacrificing and stuff like that. So that's what's coming through, what they love about you. Let's roll these dice and see what comes through. Whew, why is one always missing? That's like funny. These dice never want to stay. So your career is definitely coming through as something that's very attractive. Capricorn is also like bone structure. And like I said, legs have to do with bone structure. You could be very tall is what's coming through here for my group 2. So if it doesn't resonate, it might not be your reading. These I'm using as confirmation. So if you look like this, you have any of these features, then that means you're in the right place. If you don't, maybe look for another reading. But 10th house is working, so you'll always be at the house. Yep. Career is important. But yeah, bone structure is, I'm getting like a sharp jaw for some of you. Okay. So here we have Venus. So that's that Empress energy coming through once again. You're someone who's very beautiful, someone who's very fit, someone who's very healthy. Okay. When I think of Venus, I think of someone who's like quite shapely. It doesn't have to be like thick or curvy or, curves or days could be. I'm getting like someone who has like meat on their bones kind of energy, something to grab at the very least. It doesn't have to be too much to grab, but it's like just the right amount, just right kind of energy. Okay. Then we have Aries. Aries is the head. Aries is the eyebrows. So that could definitely be something that's quite prominent. Okay. The forehead could also be a big thing coming through as well. But I do consider Aries to be like the face in general. That was my confirmation, if you heard that. And then here we have Leo. That was coming through. You have a really big heart. That's what Leos rule. They also rule the back and the hair. So really nice hair, really big heart, really nice hands. Then last but not least, we have 9th house. And I think I was mentioning ninth house tendencies here. We were talking about ninth house. Yeah, we were talking about the ninth house and the sixth house. Ninth house is Sag energy, and Sag is the booty and the thighs, okay? What other dice are we missing? This one. Let's roll it again and see what comes through with the planets. And here we have Neptune. So you're someone who's very soft, very easy to get along with, very soothing. I think that's it though. Maybe you guys work a lot, so you're always tired. Because I'm getting like very quiet in your reading. Or like very introspective at the very least, I guess you could say. Is there anything else I was going to pull from? I didn't pull from this tarot deck here. Wow. We're almost done. The reading is finished. Let's see what comes through really quickly. For my group twos, please Spirit, what do they find most attractive about them? What do they find so sexy about them? We have the Judgment card coming through again. We keep having repeats. I love this. Your lips are so beautiful and plump if that's coming through. Your hair is still coming through. Now your neck is kind of coming through more. The curls or waves or something that's coming through for you guys. So long curly hair, long wavy hair. We have red curls here. We have blonde, brown curls here. We have brown. We have all, not auburn, girl. Don't do that. It's like some kind of blonde, brown, honey blonde. And then we also have red again in backwards is forward. So some of you have red hair. Here we have the Queen of Coins, Rhea. There's something here about home life. There's something here about home, health, body, the gym, taking care of yourself. I think that's it though, honestly. Look at how she's touching her lip. She's like, yeah, come here, boy. Stop. You could have like a very seductive stare. You could be known for a stare, honestly. Because she's kind of giving it in both these cards here, where it's like, come to mama. Here we have the Ace of Cups, very loving, very giving, very kind, very patient. Self-love is a big thing for you guys. And then here we have Four of Swords, like rest and rejuvenation as well. Is very big for you guys. That's what they find very attractive about you. That you're always chill. I'm not really getting a vibe of like you always being angry, you cussing someone out, you always getting out of your energy, getting out of your element kind of energy. You're someone who's very talented. You could have kids for some of you. Or multiple pets is what's coming through as well. I'm hearing that. And they find that attractive about you. The fact that you can take care of your pets and take care of yourself. There's something here about threes. Because if you could see on the... Hold on. If you could see on the computer how all those... You see the monkeys, right? And then in this card here, we have 3 of them. And then we have the Empress coming out in 3. So maybe your partnerships, maybe you're able to, or you allow this person to be like with you and other people. You keep the relationship open kind of energy. But this being, did I go over this? I'm pretty sure I did, right? If I didn't, this is Neptune, and Neptune is Pisces energy, which is the feet. Your eyes can be very soulful, because I'm looking at this guy over here and his eyes are like kind of drawing me in, so that could be important as well. The way you hold their chin, the way they hold your chin. The way you pout. When you're in your like more bratty or not submissive, relax. When you're in your more like secretive, shy side, so shy glances can be important as well. They like that. Yeah, there's a look you give. makes them forget themselves, forget the world around them is something that's coming through. I'm trying to remember what card this was specifically. Yeah, good things come in threes. Are there three of you? Are there three of you? Maybe things started going quite well when you came into their life. Maybe you have three personalities is what I just heard. That would be crazy, but not surprising. Based on what's been coming through in the reading, you have your side that's more secretive, more introspective, more spiritual, the High Priestess. Then you have your side that's more extroverted. You're very friendly. You're very magnetic, right? Everything comes easily to you, quite popular energy in the Empress. And then there's one more card that was coming through here. We have Judgment, the side that fights for everyone else, the side that's an activist who believes in the greater good for everyone. So there's like a few different personalities coming through here. And it's kind of like good things come in threes. You're the kind of person or the kind of girl that's like, or the kind of guy that's like, oh, you want a new girlfriend? Fine. You walk away, get a new wig, change your voice, change your character, change your, personality. You come back and act crazy. Oh, here we go. Who do you want me to be? That kind of energy. You're funny. That's one thing coming through. So you're also very funny. Okay, I'm going to leave your reading here, though. I hope it resonated in some kind of way. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. The memberships on my channel are open. If you ever feel called to join the memberships, you could always just press join on the channel wherever you see the word join, or use the link in my description box below. Anything else coming through? No. Hype the video if you can, if you want to, if you have any hypes left. Yeah, but I hope I'll see you gorgeous people in the next reading. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this. And yeah, as always, I will see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. In today's reading, we're going to be getting into why are you so sexy to him? What makes you so attractive to this person? Okay, or why are you so attractive to them? Okay, what is it about you? We're going to make this more so about personality, honestly, but looks will come through as it always does. I was thinking of doing a looks versus personality, but I've been doing so many readings lately about looks. I kind of want to focus to what about you makes you so sexy to them, right? Like I said, looks will come through. We have the dice, we have the tarot, I do want to start with this deck though. So let's get right into it. How are you guys doing? You could knock this person off their feet because the camera tripod is teetering. And I don't like that. Like, I'll be trying to make it straight. No, sit your behind just like that. Ooh. You could be very demanding, or they like telling you what to do, how to sit. Please. Yes. Why do I feel like group 3 is always low-key freakadeeks? Like, please. Group 3 yesterday was it yesterday or was it in the other reading? They like telling you what to do, putting your body in the right position. They find that very sexy that you allow them to tell you what to do. Love that for y'all, my group 3s, the freaks. Okay, please spirit time me into the energy of my group 3s. We have the 2 of Wands. That is like a leading kind of energy, like telling you what to do, where to go next. We have 3 of Cups. You're very fun-loving. You know how to have a good time. You're always traveling. You're the life of the party is what I'm hearing. We have the 6 of Wands. A lot of people like you. You're very popular. You could have a lot of admirers, secret and not so secret. You get a lot of attention wherever you go. They kind of find that very attractive because you're only theirs. And then we have the Emperor Zeus. Like that's what I was saying. Either you're the one who's dominant over them or they're dominant over you. Because the way I was telling the tripod, like, sit down and behave. I was like, oh, okay, baby. Don't threaten me with a good time or else. Okay. So the Emperor could be your leadership qualities, right? But I mean, even leaders have their moments of like being told what to do. So maybe it's because they can tell you, someone who's usually so strong and hard-headed, to tell what to do, So like I said, it's because you allow them to. Maybe it's because you're only submissive for them. And we have strength. Wow. So yeah, you're someone who's very strong. You could have been through a lot of like things in your life that made you this way, or you're just someone who's physically strong, right? I don't know who you are watching, if you're feminine, masculine, non-binary, doesn't really matter. But it's definitely giving like body strong, okay? like sturdy, stable, can take a beating, right? Is not someone. Yo, I'm sorry. Please don't mind me. I just can't. I be doing these readings all the time. It always makes me like nervous. So this person could like when you're nervous, not even nervous, just like giggly and giddy. I'm like, why am I here talking about all this? Like, stop. You know what I mean? So you could like pop your ish. You could be a big talker, a big stepper, a big spender, that kind of energy. I'm getting a larger than life, very commanding presence from you. And I feel like those kinds of people, when they tend to submit, it means not more than it does to someone who is naturally submissive, but it's kind of like, you see how I got you out here moaning and groaning and acting a damn fool? When you thought you was big boss just earlier, when you was talking about that mess, right? Y'all are giving me, what is it called, that song? Is it Drunken Love? He's like, you about to back up all of that mouth that you had in... Hold on. Oh my gosh, because y'all have me giggling, please. I can't. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. When JC is kind of like, you need to back up all of that mouth that you had up in the car, talking about you the baddest bee thus far, right? And he was like, oh, you was talking about this mess. You had a big game to talk about in the car. Let's back it up now, right? Okay, this is hilarious. I love you guys already. And I was like, do I even want to do a group 3? I'm tired. I kind of want to go home. Nah. Y'all reinvigorated me. Y'all brought me back to life, okay? Because I'm giggling, laughing, acting a fool. You're a good time, like I said. But yeah, the Two of Wands is you have big dreams and goals and places that you want to go and things that you want to see. You can have a bucket list is what's coming through as well. And the fact that you can tame their snake is what's coming through if you deal with men. You know what I mean? And we have like a lot of black and gold. That kind of like gives you very luxurious and sleek. You know what I mean? Or black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. You know what it is. Tell them everything I do, what I do it big. What? You know, that song's coming through. Black and Yellow with Khalifa. But that's literally you at a party. Maybe you're funny too. I just can't stop laughing and giggling. You know, like you're just around someone and they're a good time. You're laughing. The vibes are high. It kind of seems like you're floating on air. You're in a movie kind of energy. That's the orbit that people get caught up in when it comes to you. You're giving the sun in a way, you know? And I love to hear because we have Atlas carrying the world. The world does revolve around the sun, or does the sun revolve around the world? The world revolves around the sun. So that's what's coming through here. We have the strength coming through here. And this person's trying to contain your big personality without being like overtaken by your energy, you know? They're weathering the storm. You guys can have really pretty eyes. I'm seeing these monkeys on the screen. Not calling you a monkey, but they're the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. Look at them. I have to show you them. Okay, behave. Look at the monkeys. They're so cute. You could have these big blue eyes. I'm sorry. That came through. I meant brown. But yeah, you could have these big brown eyes or big blue eyes. And they look so innocent. They look so sweet and so helpless. And they're all hugging each other. So you could definitely be someone who's very affectionate. You know, you're very boisterous, always laughing, telling a joke, drinking a drink, that kind of energy. The Two of Wands does give me that larger than life kind of energy though. So that's coming through. Yeah, you have a naughty stare to you as well. If you're a guy, the women like your naughty stare. And look at him coming out 2 times in a row today. We have the Ace of Coins coming out under the Two of Wands. Do I want to move these up more? Sometimes they be acting up. Interesting. I was talking about, I was kind of dozing when I was taking a break from group 2 and getting into your energy. And I was hearing a song by V from BTS. It's called Sweet Night. And it's like, and how did I know that one day I'd end up wanting more, but my heart, but your heart had already reached the shore, 'cause we were ships in the night. I'm wondering, are you my best friend? I don't really know what he's saying there, but it's just a beautiful song. It kind of lulls you to sleep kind of energy. But I was listening to it this morning because it kind of popped into my head when I was getting ready for work. And I was like, ooh, this song, I loved it. I was obsessed with it for a good minute. I even did a reading about it on my other channel. about what will your next sweet night be, like with your person, whatever, that kind of energy. I might do another one of those on this channel. That it was really cute, actually. Let me write that down so I don't remember. So I don't forget. Child, relax. Maybe you could like have moments where you wake up and don't remember what happened the night before because you was so lit, or maybe not. But yeah, that song keeps playing in my head. And one day I wanted more. My heart had already reached the shore. It's kind of like a haunting, lilting melody going on there, like very bluesy, very deep, very watery. It's kind of like someone's telling you, just go to sleep, it's fine, kind of energy, you know? That's what I'm getting for you guys. And V is sexy. Oh my gosh, that man is fine. When I first discovered BTS, my favorite was Namjoon. Okay, RM, the rapper in the group, because I don't know, he just gave off a very confident vibe. You guys could give that vibe, you know what I mean? Very confident, very self-assured. And he was the leader of the group, because I realized in these K-pop groups, they have to have a leader. So the oldest one, whatever you want to call it. And then he was also the only one who knew how to speak English. So I thought that was cute. I'm like, okay, you smart, whatever. And then he was a Virgo, only a few days away from me. And you just know the chips, the dominoes landed where they did. Fine. But then the more I started listening to their music and like hearing their voices, I'm like, yo, V's voice is like buttery, velvety, so deep and haunting, and just like it's giving Nirvana kind of energy. You know what I mean? He kind of gives broody energy, you know? So that could be you or not. It just depends who you are as a person. But that's kind of what they love about you. Maybe you kind of like lull them to sleep and make them feel safe under like false safety or true safety. The world may never know, honestly. But it's kind of giving this Ace of Coins, because you kind of see how he's like wrapped up in clouds. It's kind of like Mystique. Like, are you real or are you not? And I just realized I was supposed to figure out who the heck he was in group 1. And I never did. I never read for him. Now's the perfect time. So I opened the book to go find out who this one here is, and then it flipped to Two of Wands, Asclepius. So we'll read about him, okay? So he's the god of medicine, so you're definitely healing, and it's kind of like laughter is the greatest medicine is what I'm hearing, so you're very funny. But he was very skilled at a lot of different things, but mostly like healing people and coming up with ways to bring people back from the dead. So much so that Zeus was kind of scared of him or intimidated by him, didn't like that. So he kind of sent him, what did he do? See, I be talking about this story and I be forgetting what he did. So a favorite son of Apollo, Asclepius was taught medicine by his father and the centaur Chiron. He became so skilled he could bring back the dead, and Zeus punished the crime against the natural order by destroying Asclepius with a thunderbolt. That always kills me, because what do you mean? He was placed among the stars as the constellation of 𝐓𝐴𝐾𝐻. Isn't this the new way back when they tried to tell us that there was a new zodiac sign of 𝐓𝐴𝐾𝐻 or 𝐓𝐴𝐾𝐻, whatever, and I'm like, what you mean? And I was like, yeah, we got it all wrong. There was like it was supposed to be in between Leo and Virgo, or in between Cancer and Leo, or in between Libra and Virgo. And I'm like, oh, 𝐓𝐴𝐾𝐻? Yeah, that's the new zodiac sign. I'm like, you found it on my face. I remember that. It was a whole uproar. But anyway, he's the constellation of 𝐓𝐴𝐾𝐻, right? And it would make sense if he was between like Leo and Virgo, or Virgo and Libra, because yeah, anyway. So it says his staff is today's symbol of modern medicine, and it is often mistaken for the similar caduceus of Hermes. So you see what that is? It's like someone who's very skilled, someone who's very smart, someone who's like not to be messed with or trifled with, someone that makes Zeus's behind, where he came out, I know he did, makes people who are more powerful kind of quake and shiver or get intimidated. So you're kind of like not someone who backs down. Even if you are someone who's smaller in stature or whatever, you have like a really big energy of the sun. You know what I mean? And that's coming through for you guys. And isn't Apollo the sun now? In this deck, they said he replaced, what's his name? Helios as the sun in this deck. So the fact that Apollo was coming through in Asclepius is kind of, he was a favorite son of Apollo. So the sun was shining down on him, meaning you are a son of the sun, a child of the sun, basically. Okay. That's coming through. Now to get to the Ace of Coins. So Aiolos, Lus, whatever, is the keeper of the winds. Aiolos, as noted in the Odyssey, was the keeper of the winds, with the power to still and rouse winds blessed upon him by Zeus. He kept the violent storm winds locked away on his isle, waiting for only the greatest god's command to release them. Oh, please. So it sorry. So you were like blessed with something, right? And you are in control of something, or you were given a gift that you were meant to be in control of, right? That's kind of what I'm getting here. The Ace of Pentacles does represent a gift sometimes. And it says risen is opportunity, prosperity, new venture, abundance, stability, new horizons. And the Two of Wands can also represent new horizons. So you're very good at planning and executing your plans, okay? Let's keep going. The Three of Cups, having a good time, drinking, partying, dancing, whining, grinding, that kind of thing. Laughter, spending time with good friends. So what this person finds very attractive about you is the way you're able to make friends, keep people entertained, right? Because when you're the center of attention, I feel like everyone else is kind of naturally gravitating towards you. And that's something that could be sexy to be associated with, if that makes sense, right? Why is the Three of Cups here, please? Or what else does their person find sexy about them? You could make friends very easily. The Graces are also known for, like, I think they're known for the arts as well. So far in all three groups, we've had something about the arts coming through. And then to clarify that, we have the Knight of Wands. So the way you feel this, you go after what you want. You know what I mean? You're someone who's very action-oriented, right? Heracles was known as, like, a hero in Greek mythology, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? I think he's the one who ended up shooting Chiron with that arrow that turned him, like, that had him forever in pain, his little rusty behind. But he was also a hero, and he was also trained by Chiron. So, and like an expert in your field could be something coming through, or you're very good at what you do. Picking up, so it doesn't make any. And then we have the Page of Coins. Yeah, you're someone who likes starting new things. You could be someone who's always starting a new business venture. That kind of thing could be coming through. But you always have a new idea. You always have a new dream that you want to accomplish, is the vibe coming through the Three of Cups, you know? Good at conversations. You're a good conversationalist. You're good at getting people kind of like roused up or motivated to do something. And the Page of Coins is also good at planting seeds and starting. So you're good at starting things, you know what I mean? You're very, like, curious, but also loyal, steadfast. You don't give up easily. Here we have the Moon, and then we have the Moirai. I love them. To clarify the Six of Wands, we have the Moon. So it's like this person wants to know how you, like, how you're so, I don't know how to describe it. They can't see how you became so good is like what comes through. And you know what I'm getting specifically when I say that is how you went through so much stuff and still turned out to be a bomb person. I heard a down, ASSBITCH. You turned out to be a down and me. You know what I mean? And they're like, how have you gone through so many things and you're still this amazing person? It's like, that's so sexy. Most people would be miserable, you know, at this point, having gone what you've gone through. They're going to be like, you know, F people, F this, F that. And you're still, like, wanting to make friends. You still, like, believe in humanity and trust in the human race. And they're kind of like, how do you do that? You know, that's beautiful. Then we have the Moirai here, which are they are the goddesses of revenge. You know what I mean? So that's coming through here. The Three of Coins. You work well with other people. But this mostly gives me you like to fight for other people more so than anything else, you know? When you see things being done that are not supposed to be done, you're there fighting your way through something. The Moon is someone who is very ethereal. You can't really touch her. And so far we have the Sun coming out. And now you're being compared to the Moon, so yin and yang. You know how to balance out your feminine and masculine energies very well. So you can still be attractive to a guy even when you're in your masculine energy. And so, how can I say it? And vice versa, right? Why is she looking at me like that? Please. The Moon, like, even though I'm only seeing one eye of her, she's kind of like putting me in a trance. So you could be good at hypnotizing people. That's the word. You've also probably been someone who does a lot of different things, is what I'm getting as well. Because Selene represents cycles, okay? She's the moon goddess, and of course the moon never stays the same on any given day. The moon is always waxing, waning, all this kind of stuff, becoming dark, becoming full. Like, this, every day is a new moon. No pun intended. every day the moon is new in the sky. It's always something different to look at. So you're multifaceted. You're different every day, you know? Sometimes you can be more quiet, more rambunctious, more introspective, more sensual, you know, more ethereal, that kind of energy. Okay. Can I get a clarifier? Yeah, you see, you are very vengeful is kind of what I'm getting as well, because we have Zeus here. He's the biggest hater. Now, let me say I'm your biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Like, that song is coming through. So it's kind of like if something's going wrong or somebody like in your life, like I said before, was done wrong, you're the first person that's standing 10 toes down. So you're someone who's also quite loyal. With the Emperor coming through here, the Emperor rules over Mars. So it's kind of like you have an aggression to you, you know? I'm hearing someone saying, yeah, you know what I mean? Like just like a ness to you. You get on people's skin, you know? Whether it's in a good way or a bad way, it doesn't really matter. And we have like a big red energy coming through here with this Page of Coins card. So when it comes to your like physical pursuit to your money, you're not letting nobody. You could be stingy with money. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it's definitely something coming through. You're frugal. You know, the Morai is not even the retribution card. The Morai are the fates, not me effed up. You have a prophecy in store for you guys. It's the other ones, the Erankai or something like that. I can't remember their name, but I can see them on the card. It's like the Aran. They're the three of something. So I was close enough. I was thinking of the Aranyes, or however you pronounce their name, okay? They were the Furies. But you're not coming through as that. But it was coming through, honestly. So I do feel like you have like a bit of it, like a little bit of when people mess with who you care about and what you care about, you're ready to get it on and pop it, you know, get even, that kind of thing. But here we have the Fates instead. You see all and you see everything, so you could definitely be a benevolent leader. Or maybe not so much, because we have Zeus coming through for that category. And he wasn't a benevolent leader. He wasn't. He was very like controlling. So you could be someone who's very controlling and they find that very sexy. See, that's that thing coming through once again. Like either they like controlling you or you like controlling them, or it's a little bit of both coming through here, okay? It's kind of like you can premeditate what they want before they want it. You know, you can read their mind kind of energy. But the Moirai, like they see everything. It kind of gives me like they see the past, present, and the future. And I think that's kind of what each of these represent, honestly. If I'm remembering correctly, each of them represent a different like past, present, or future. What are they again? The coins? Where's the coins? The Three of Coins is also about working really well with people, so that could definitely be a thing coming through for you guys. But yeah, I do believe I read somewhere that the different Morai represent like the past, the present, and the future. But either way, we have Clotho, the goddess who spun the thread of life, right? That's like before you were born, she starts spinning it, right? Then we have Lachesis, which is who measured it. That's how long your life is going to be, right? That's the present. And then we have Atropos, which is who cuts its length, you know? And that's like when it is over. So the future, something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on all that. But anyway, either way, the Three of Cups is someone, or coins anyway, is someone who works really well with others. The Graces are also another trio there where they work really well together. You know what I mean? There was something that I was going to say that I kind of forgot. You work really well with this person and you're their best friend, right? Because that song just keeps playing. Are you my best friend? In my head. You got me wondering if it's all just in my head. Something like that. But yeah, it's like, ooh, this could be like a friends lovers kind of thing, honestly. If you're watching for a specific person, maybe they think of you as their best friend. You guys are really good friends. And then you move it into more romantic territory, right? I'm not telling you who to watch for. Okay, one more. That was fast. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So I don't know, you just won the lottery. Let me stop. They consider themselves lucky to have you, honestly. They're just like, how can I describe it? First of all, let me move this over so you can see all the cards. It's kind of like giving someone who, like, you're destined to meet them. It's an immediate soulmate vibe. Like, you're someone who has great things on the horizon for yourself. You know what I mean? And they find that very attractive, right? Like I said, when you have an idea, you jump on it. You don't hem and haw. You don't sit there and try to, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? No. It's kind of like giving me how, I forgot to say earlier, how Zeus was a part of a prophecy to overthrow his father. Which one was his father? Kronos? Yeah. Or Cronus, whatever the heck that man's name is. Because it changes every single time, okay? So it's kind of like you have a destiny to overcome something, a destiny that's far greater than what they could imagine or far greater than what you can imagine. And I love that, like, yeah, because it's clarified by the fates. So you have a destiny, you have a prophecy, you're a part of a prophecy. And this person thinks you were a part of a prophecy to meet them, or just you're a part of a prophecy to be something great. Now, let's see what this card deck has to say. Card deck. This card deck has to say. Okay. Maybe some of you have a cute country accent. They find that attractive. Or whatever accent you may have is very attractive. The Two of Wands can definitely be like a dialect, or learning new languages, or exploring new horizons, or having traveled somewhere, or you're learning new languages before you travel somewhere, and that's attractive. But we have the Hermit coming out in reverse. I will leave it in the position it came out. So someone who does, you know, keep to themselves, but it can also be an extrovert. So it's giving ambivert vibes. Please, Spirit, what do they find so attractive and sexy about my group threes? This could also just be like I was saying earlier, how you get along with everyone. Here we have the Hierophant in reverse as well. So someone who's very unconventional. We have Virgo coming through here. We have Taurus. So earth sign energy, you're very grounded. I'm hearing grounded in who you are. So you kind of know who you are, okay? A strong sense of self. And we have a lot of threes coming through because we have the Three of Cups, the Three of Coins. So threes can be important. Three is Empress energy. So it's kind of like you have it all. Don't piss me off, okay? That's my confirmation right there, but you're not following. That's why I gotta tell you. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Because you're falling for why? Okay. Please, Spirit, one more card before we get into the oracle, and then we're going to pull some dice to figure out what's especially attractive about you. The Two of Pentacles, you're able to kind of balance a lot of things in your life, you know, but you're not making it like boring is what I just heard. You have a lot of different, bruh, are you good, my dude? Like, what is your issue? Don't piss me off, because you're falling for why. Like, you can be someone who's very patient. You're quick on your feet. Quick reflexes can be coming through as well, because this keeps falling and I keep catching it before it falls fully. And I love that for us, okay? Because please. You can be someone who's a bit chaotic and they find that very exciting. Because you're grounded, but you're also chaotic. That's what I'm getting here with this Two of Pentacles. You kind of balance those things quite well without making it boring, you know? Okay. What else? The Hermit is someone who's always trying to make themselves better. So that's something that's coming through for you as well. And the Hierophant is a confidant. Someone you can go and tell your secrets to and they're not going to tell anyone. So loyal, trustworthy. Here we have waves of emotion. Interesting. You get them feeling things. And that's the Moon. Yeah, maybe they grow very attached to you. The Moon is associated with 12th house in this deck, in the tarot, specifically because it's Pisces, but it's also Cancer everywhere else. So Cancer and Pisces could be definitely important. You have nice eyes. I think I already said that for you guys in the beginning. Your jawline is quite crispy. You're always side-eyeing someone. That's a big thing coming through. A good side eye. They like looking at you. We have break free. So the reading cut off, annoyingly so. So you could be someone who has a very full life, right? Who has a lot of different things going for them, a lot of different friend groups, a lot of different, things going on. But break free, I was saying that you're definitely someone who anything that has tried to hold you back didn't win. Maybe have one more card or two more cards. I think I'm done with this deck actually. Then we have the sacred goddess. Ooh, that's beautiful. We have the sacred goddess. Yeah, there is something sacred about you. Like I was talking about with that whole prophecy energy coming through for you guys. You're definitely someone, you're destined for greatness. And that's something that's very attractive to this person. Some of you have like a nice full head of hair, a full beard for my men. Okay. Others of you are really good at makeup. That could be something you're really good at. Makeup, fashion, dancing, swimming. You guys could have like mermaid long hair. Yeah. We have like thick curly hair coming through for you guys. That's coming through. And then yeah, we have thick, long, curly hair coming through again. That's all I'm seeing so far, except for in these cards here we have, some people, you could have some nice bangs coming through as well. It's funny, my friend has like a piercing that looks just like this. Can you see it clearly? Where it kind of like goes down the middle of her lip. That could be something coming through as well, piercings. Of course, piercings come with tattoos. So you can have tattoos as well. But here we have sense of place. This is what I was kind of saying about where they feel safe around you or seen around you or like they belong. You kind of make everybody feel like they belong. Like people are still thinking about you and how it was partying with you or hanging out with you like years down the line. Whether you believe it or not, okay? I don't even know where or how much time I should have left. I'm just gonna keep going and see whatever happens. The readings have been so much longer lately. I don't know why. Okay, please Spirit, tap me into group 3 and what their person finds sexy and seductive about them. You have to say it out loud. Whatever you feel you're gonna say. I'm hearing say you're happy now once more with feeling. You don't say anything you don't mean. It's something that's coming through as well. My group 3s, please, Spirit. My group 3s. We have north, south, east, and west. You have a direction. You have a sense of direction. You could also be good at directions. Traveling is coming through as well. We have mind your own. This is you. You're always traveling, minding your own business, not worried about what anyone else is doing or saying about you. Here we have desire. So they find you very desirable. Look at the way she's looking away and they're looking at her. That seems to be the common thing in this with the cards that are coming out. People are looking at you, but you're not looking at them. So they're admiring you from afar if you don't know this person. And if not, then you have a lot of admirers, like I said in the beginning of the reading. Then we have wayward past. This came out in the reverse, though. And this is like about someone leading you where you're not supposed to go. And thankfully, it came out in reverse. So that's what's coming through here for you guys. You're not confused about what you're here to do in life. And here we have lighting your path. Here it is, the confirmation. You're not confused about what you need to do in life. Okay. Then let's get the dice to see the specific physicalities and what they love about you will find sexy and attractive. I'm hearing the way you bite your lip, the way you gasp, the way you stare them down, because the way she's looking very seductive here. Yeah, there's something here about a shy look or like a seductive glance. Both. Okay. Here we have 8th house. So this is like, we all know by now, if you've been watching readings, you know anything about astrology. The 8th house is all about like intimate connections, all about like when you're getting down and dirty. You know what I mean? So that's something that they find very attractive about you. The private area. We have the moon, and moon is Cancer, and Cancer is the chest. So you have like a very, I'm hearing hefty chest. A very busty chest is coming through, and that's what they really find mostly attractive about you. What turned off? Why are you turning off? Like, oh, how annoying. Here we have Gemini, and Gemini are the hands, okay? The hands, the fingers, the nails. If you get your nails done, could be a thing coming through as well. You could have soft hands. I'm not getting there, Spirit, so please stop. The things you do with your hands as well, okay? Here we have Scorpio coming through again. Wow. So, the private areas, oh my gosh, please. The way you get down and dirty, okay? In the bedroom, if that makes any kind of sense. That is something that's very attractive about you, right? There could be something very, like, specifically attractive about your private area, because that came through twice. You can have piercings, you have it in a specific shape, you kind of play around, the way you taste could definitely be something that's coming through, or just the way it looks could be something that's very, like, striking. You know what I mean? Piercings and tattoos were coming through, so you could definitely have it pierced down there, whether you're feminine, masculine, non-binary kind of person, it don't really matter, right? There's something drawing them to that place between the legs, It's kind of giving ecstasy, maybe you make it a fun time whenever that part comes out. That is so crazy to say whenever that part comes out. Whenever you take off the underwear and shake it around in the air, that what comes next. And the experience until it's over is what is, very attractive about you. Y'all are giving me the people who are like putting on a show, okay? Putting on a show for sure. Or you could have like bring people into the bedroom with you kind of energy, because Zeus was not faithful at all. And that just crossed my mind. So that's coming through as well. And then here we have 9th house energy. So we have the hips, we have the thighs, and we have the booty coming in, the buttocks. Okay. So your chesty, your butt is coming through, your thighs are coming through, your knees is coming through for whatever reason. How weird. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm hearing your calves as well. They could be very like juicy or succulent or something like that, or very slim, very soft. You know what I mean? You're giving me like plushy. Because if you look at this girl, she looks like a little plushie. She's so cute. And her wavy hair is coming through once again. So yeah. Anywho, and then, the main character that I almost forgot to show. Look at Miss Baddie right here. Her thigh coming out. And look, the calf is sticking out. And the hands are mad long, okay? Look at that, okay. Your smile is also coming through. That doesn't usually come through. You have a nice smile. But there's something about your side profile, because we have too many cards with just side profiles. This, I remember, is a side profile as well. So is this one here, Ace of Coins. Like the jawline on this guy here, it's lethal, okay? But I'm going to leave your reading here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you want to book a reading with me ever, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. If you want to join a membership, you could do that by pressing join anywhere on the screen when you next to my profile picture, okay? Or you can join using the link in the description box below, right above the timestamps, okay? Memberships are fun. You get to have more control over your readings, and it's kind of like a more, not a private server, but it's kind of like I could be a little bit more risque over there, you know? I do have some risque readings already there, so if you're interested, go give it a look. Okay, more is coming. But yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. Hype the video if you can, and as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.